Today I'm going to show you how to make a gala pie. For the filling you will need 4 to 6 eggs, I will explain later though, 300 grams of pork mince, 75 grams of bacon, 300 grams of sausage meat, 1 teaspoon of thyme and 1 teaspoon of garlic granules. Firstly, you want to boil your eggs. You want to soft boil them. So the reason why I say 4 to 6 is it all depends on the size of your tin, it all depends on the size of your eggs. It also depends on if you want to have full slices of egg throughout your gala pie or if you're happy to just have the ends. So for myself, I used 5 boiled eggs with this, but I'll explain when we construct it a little bit better. So I just boiled my eggs for 5 to 6 minutes, so then they are just boiled eggs. That way the middle is still slightly runny, because then when we bake it in the oven it won't over dry the eggs out. Then to a bowl add your pork mince and your sausage meat. So I have used sausages as opposed to sausage meat because it is actually slightly cheaper, and it's also, I find that sausage meat is actually seasoned as opposed to myself seasoning it, so I don't worry about adding like salt and pepper. But if you are using sausages, just make sure you take the skins off. Then your bacon, having pre-cut up your bacon into smaller pieces. And add your thyme and your garlic granules and mix until really well combined. Then pop this to one side while we make the pastry. For the pastry you will need 500 grams of plain flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 200 grams of lard, 150 millilitres of water and 1 egg. To your plain flour add your salt, mix really well, and then you want to make a well in the middle of your bowl. Then to a saucepan over a low heat add your water and your lard and heat until the lard has completely melted. Then you want to add this to your flour into the well, just mixing in with your spoon. You will want to get your hands in, just make sure that your pastry has cooled down enough that you can handle it. I don't want anyone to burn their hands. If you do find that your pastry cools too much, you'll find it difficult to work with. Pop it in the microwave for about 30 seconds on 30-second blasts, just to warm it up again. Hot water pastry unfortunately needs to be warm to be able to use it. Then we want to roll out the pastry. On a lightly floured surface, I've just rolled out 3/4 of the pastry. And then I have pre-lined a loaf tin. Mine is 10 centimetres by 20 centimetres and it's a kilogram loaf tin. I have greased the sides with the lard, and then I have used parchment paper draped through the middle, which will help remove the pie later. Then you just want to line the inside of your loaf tin with your pastry. Don't worry if it tears, I found that with mine. Just patch in with the excess pastry that you've got. And then I rolled out the remaining pastry while it was still warm, and then I will use this for the lid later, but once rolled out I just popped to one side. Then you just want to put a layer of your meat down on the bottom. And then you want to lay your eggs out. So with the eggs, if you want to, you can just do them as whole eggs. You'll probably use about 4 then. I quite like having proper slices of egg in mine, so I just take the tops off so then they sit nicely next to each other. Some people like to take it to where the yolk is, so they take off a lot of the white, so then when you slice it you have full slices of egg with yolk in. It all depends on your preference to how many eggs you're going to need. Like I say, I just kind of chopped the edges off so then they sat nicely, and it did need about 5 in the end. And then put the rest of your meat mixture over the top, just covering the eggs. Then just cover the top with the pastry top that we've rolled out, pressing down along the sides, and then I have used a fork to press down to make it proper sealed, but it also makes it look nice. And then cut off any excess of pastry. Then you just want to poke holes along the top of the pie. This is to allow steam to escape. And then with the egg that we didn't boil, you just want to preheat this and then egg wash the top of your pie. Then you want to bake it in a preheated oven at gas mark 6, 200 degrees centigrade or 180 fan assisted for half an hour. Then reduce your heat down to gas mark 4, 180 degrees centigrade or 160 fan assisted, and bake for a further hour. Once completely cooled, remove and then slice into the size slices that you'd like. And there you have it. That's how you make a gala pie.